Hello, everybody. I haven't taken off this cowboy hat in 3 days and it's starting to feel like the new era. Okay, it's quite festive. It's quite country, and it comes with a little A1 steak sauce. Okay, actually, it makes me feel like the champ from Anchorman, and that's all you can hope in this life. So it's been a wonderful week, everybody. We wrapped up the Impatient tour in Washington, D.C. We had a great first show in Buffalo, New York. We got to go back to the Big Apple for a little bit. We played a new room called the Red Lion, and it was everything we could have asked. Thank you for safe travels. Thanks for a good time, and thanks for new friends. It kicks some ass. Also, I want to give a shout out to my guitar tech, Liam Dorward. We're sitting in the hotel bar before the gig, and I said, Liam, it's been special, man. I haven't broken a string in like 3 weeks. And he's like, why would you say that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you're fucked. You're going to break strings tonight. And I was like, no, we're going to be cool. I broke my E string twice. And so it was a beautiful set, but thank God he was there because he saved me during that. So actually, they did a wonderful live stream. I want to give a shout out to my man Barack over at the Renegade, who kicked ass as far as the engineering goes for the night, but went the extra mile and made us sound good online. And we immediately walked away with a whole bunch of content. So I'm going to show you a couple of these tunes, starting off with the reason we're out there. This is Impatient. Here we go.
Promoting a new EP. This is the title track. I hope it makes you shake some ass. It's called Impatient. 1, 2.
I can take 1, 2, like a black leather with a fringe of a hinge, like a don't string you, bound, and trust you to coming. But I know you know which one laying down the cell. But now 2, 4, 2, 1 until other evening escalates. Not going too late. It takes some days to make me impatient. Even when my eyes are closed, my hands don't just where to go. 'Cause they're impatient. Ooh, impatient. Ooh, impatient. I shouldn't say we'll stop. Ice roll from the top to the bottom. What's got to and I think of my fan on what I'm seeing with the fans swinging from the ceiling. Not your thief. Who's shot your seal of the evening? Escalates. Not going to late. It takes some days to make me impatient. Even with my eyes are closed, my hands don't know just where to go. 'Cause they're impatient. And I think of my fan on what I'm seeing with the fans swinging from the ceiling. I don't think who's shot your seal of the evening? Escalates. Not going to late. It takes some days to make me impatient. Even when my eyes are closed, my hands don't know where to go. 'Cause they're impatient. Ooh, ooh, impatient.
Oh, ain't it good, y'all? That's the recipe. Nick Hack, Kevin McClellan, sounding tasty as usual. All right, I got one more video I'm going to show you from that, and this is the center of a good time. This is the reason that the liquor was flowing, and that is because Kevin was driving. Come on, baby.
Well, it's been a short week for us. We went to Buffalo on Wednesday night. We went to NYC yesterday, and we end up here, and it's beautiful. And when we pull up tonight in D.C., you know what Kevin says? You know what Kevin says? He says, I'm driving home tonight. He says, I'm driving us. So me and Nick, we're getting drunk. Let's do this. Come on. This next song's about when all that shit starts going wrong. You better hold on, hold on, hold on, because we gonna keep living.
Sleeping in the streets, our hands and our feet. Nothing to remember, some trouble and concrete. Foundation sinking out, turn some lives upside down. Trying to do this off, oh, we still haven't found. Ain't got nothing to show. Wearing holes in my shoes, I know the game will get to lose. At least it won't be going on. So loud, I'll play the fool. Where do I go? I was don't lie on, don't lay on. Where do I go? Well, I'm going to sleep, man. I don't. Where do I go? I don't think I can take it no more. Where do I go? To bust my ass ain't got nothing to show. No funkin' I'm down. It's lost and I found. Can't you see what's going down? Why don't you, Kevin? Turn their faces around. Come on, make it sexy. Acapella, what's the beat? Let me hear you sing. Where do I go? Oh, where do I go from? I'm gonna sleep, man. I don't. Where do I go? I don't think I can take it no more. I bust my ass, ain't got nothing to show.
Now let's go Tornado, everybody. Thank you so much.
Those boys have the juiciest harmonies. It's why? Because they have wet mouths. All right, this is an explicit episode, but we're going there, everybody. Oh, but it gets even better. So as you know, I've been starting to bring some more guests on here. We talked for a long time that this show does best when you bring in some new folks to talk to. And one of my best friends, a guy that I cherish to the core, one of my favorite artists, but someone I've always really admired and just loved working around is my man Kyle Hackett. He has a new band called The Feels featuring Mike Wally and Chris Ellison. They are a funky, sexy power trio, and they are just wrapping up their debut album. So I went and caught up with them at no other than Radio Artifact, where they've been recording this whole thing to talk about the album, the onset of the band, and just some other bullshit. You know what it be. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Feels. You're wearing a gi underneath?
No.
Gi underneath.
You have a lot of gear.
That's more you to me, but if that feels yucky, then I go the XL.
I would really like to hear
But to me, that's
If
more
I'm going to
you.
be totally honest, the woman that's provided the most cool clothes for my life
Is it too tight?
Yep.
my mother, start to finish.
Okay.
It's a little tight.
Okay.
So I trust her opinion.
It's a little tight.
And she
Probably
calls
go
me,
the other
and I'm
way.
on the
Get the
way,
XL.
I think, to a gig or rehearsal, something
I can
where I'm
already
like,
tell
I
you're
don't
gonna
got a lot of
wanna wear
time to be fucking around.
With shit
Sure.
on.
And I got a text from my
Over
mother
the top
saying,
stuff.
hey, you want to come up here to Snooty Fox and try something on?
Snooty like in
Dude,
Blue Ash?
You're not,
Yes,
yeah, you're not
yes.
That's the spot.
That is one of the spots.
That's the spot.
So I go up there,
do some t-shirts.
and I walk in,
I know.
she's holding a pair
They're both not
of
bad.
red
You guys
velvet
with
assless chaps.
hoodie, it was the same
And I was
way.
like, I don't got time for this.
Yes, this one is
And I left,
weird.
and I immediately went, you know, I kind of wish I bought
Yeah,
these
you
chaps.
should have got the
Dude, I
assless chaps.
know.
You should have.
I was closed-minded.
Well, you never know when the assless chaps are going to come into play.
Yeah, like I may not be mature enough for it yet, but
Sure.
I could use this pretty soon. Oh, he's got the Fields t-shirt on. Chris, get up here. Let's
Yeah.
see that body.
So this is
We're gonna see it.
the large without gear.
That's
Or is
great.
this the XL?
Yeah,
That's
this is
the
really
XL.
nice.
I
This is
think
the XL.
I think that's large that you have on.
No, he's got the
XL.
XL.
Where is the?
It's more comfortable.
It's more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not fluffy.
It is. You got. You're a
Yeah.
weird.
I don't
You're,
think-
you're a weird body where you're right.
Yeah,
now.
you are the nice thing
You
walking.
literally are.
through.
You have to go a little bulky or a little tight.
You know what that belt holding
You
up?
really do.
Damn. All right, that was.
I love
It has to be your personal choice.
I love you too, brother.
Oh,
This is nice.
They're good people.
Tight with a t-shirt.
Good
Tight.
people.
Let's see a tight
Also,
t-shirt.
you don't
All
get
good
like
vibes.
slick-looking pants like that with a cargo pocket unless you spend the big bucks. Like, who makes those?
Probably
Prana?
Prana. He
Prana?
loves Prana.
Piranha.
Yeah, he's big.
Piranha or Prana?
PR capital A-N-A.
So this is a yoga thing?
Piranha.
Yeah.
No,
Basically,
they're like
it's a
climbing
yoga
pants.
company.
Cool.
Sweet,
They're like
sweet,
climbing
sexy
pants.
women yoga
They-
pants.
that's exactly what they are. They
do.
look
My ass
great.
look nice.
Yeah,
come
that's
on.
good.
So we don't
That's
want to
good.
zoom in on that just because it's a
I
family-friendly
had
show.
a Prana shirt for probably 15 years. It was my favorite shirt.
15
Yes,
years.
I wore it literally every week. It had little snap buttons. It was a little red plaid button-down thing.
Dude, you know when like
It was awesome.
to retire a shirt that you do wear on a weekly basis is like a ceremonial moment. It's like you always remember. Like,
Yeah.
If I see this in a store, like,
That
I'm
was
back.
mine. That was my guy.
You ever ravage a TJ Maxx just to find nothing?
Yeah, I just did that last week.
He's-
Of course.
He's,
You
he's
think that
inconsiderate
there's got to
motherfucker.
be something there, but there's never anything there.
No, there's never shit.
Well, maybe my socks there.
You got to go Target.
Before we really hop into this, just make sure we're all using the microphones.
Bang.
Microphone. Keep on going whenever y'all ready.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let me start with, we talked about everyone being able to fit the microphone in their mouth. Mike, you got the 58 today, brother. So we're going to end
makes
this
sense.
with what seems to be
Big
a
head.
Fear Factor level challenge. It's called What's Your Gag Reflex? Sorry, Mom, bad episode. Oh, we're starting off terrible, but welcome to it, everybody. This is a weekly Wade, and we have the feels today. Gentlemen, would you please go down, say your name, birth date, and Social Security just back 4 digits? Nothing too explicit.
So, I'm Mike Wally. I play the bass in the band. That's me.
I'm Chris Ellison. I play the drums and make fun of Mike.
Yeah, I'm Kyle Hackett, and we all make fun of Mike. But but why wouldn't you? You know, that's
know,
something what bands to do.
When it goes down the line, he did claim that territory, so you're the
Yeah.
assistant. bully of Mike. You don't
Sure.
get to be the regional manager.
No, absolutely
Assistant
not.
to the-
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, just pick on me. Nice Mike can take it.
You know, a nice Mike can take
Nice
it.
Mike.
Now that sounds
Nice
like a bumper
Mike.
sticker, and then that guy gets rammed. Like, nice Mike can take it.
Mikey likes it.
Was
Mikey likey.
aside from the inherent violence, it seems like you're a very pleasant person. as
Oh,
we
very.
discovered.
Yeah,
We've been Facebook friends since the summer of '09 and never met in person. I think that's
this is
that's
true.
why cyber
Wow, that's a
stalking
long time.
matters. So, like, I can know you without knowing you.
It's
We
been really
actually
since
have been,
09.
not since '09, but I mean,
No.
we have been actually Facebook friends, and I see all his stuff, and I'm sure he sees a lot of mine, and
Yeah.
it's really awesome to finally meet you
Absolutely, man.
in the flesh.
Well, especially
So,
for a
yeah.
situation like this, like it's a momentous occasion to be
It is kinda
at the tail end of this album. You know, about to be what's the approximate release date?
Ooh, May?
Late.
Late May?
Well, late June is probably
Oh,
going to
late
be
Yeah, I was gonna say
There you
the,
go.
the release.
Padding.
Gotcha.
Probably late June is going to be the release.
That's
right around
awesome.
there.
And
There you
does
go.
that align with anything like does it signify anything for the band, or is it just like the soonest we can?
Yeah. It's a summer album. Like
Yeah,
you
okay.
know, it's a feel good album. We've been working on it for a while. So late June will probably be the release date, and it'll be here at Radio Artifact.
That's
too,
amazing.
as well.
So doing the release show, we record the release show as well, just to have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the
Yeah.
live stream here is enough. Like,
They
this-
kill the game. They're
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Well, to go that extra mile, it's like you don't understand what that means to folks trying to curate an atmosphere for real listeners. It's like you don't go that extra mile without having folks that really benefit along the way, and they never stopped caring about the
Yeah.
bottom line listener. It's like if you got to be
Never.
on the other side of the world, we're gonna make this tasty. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. This place was built on love, you know?
Truly.
It
Well,
is.
so how long have you guys been, not only playing here, but slightly working here, like correlating with Fretboard a little bit?
Well, first time I played here as a player, I played with a duo at an upright bass. It's right when they opened, and it sounded really poor, really, that evening.
It was
I
a
couldn't-
concrete box.
I couldn't
Yes.
figure it
back
out.
then.
So I had this really weird negative thing about the place. So the first day I walk in, we're loading gear in to start doing something here, and I took one step on the stage and I went, "Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
fixed. This is where I want to be."
Yeah.
So I don't know, something happened where they fixed every single thing, and it's amazing the updates they've done
And I think you're right.
to make
There's
an amazing little venue.
and when you step on the stage, you do feel it's like, the way a kick drum's gonna feel on this.
Yeah,
The way
you
like your
instantly
calves
hear
gonna
your
come
feet
through.
and go, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is gonna work."
So did you guys track everything in this room?
We did.
Everything.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and big shout out to Tyler Carson because he does the open mic at Fretboard, and he's the one that got me in contact with
Yeah.
Devin, and I messaged Devin's in the back there. I messaged Devin on Facebook, and he got back super quick, and we got the feels in here for the first session. They're like, hey, let's do it again. We did the
Which is
the
up on
second live
Spotify
show.
too, right?
It's on Spotify and YouTube, I believe, and Bandcamp. Yeah, and then we just wanted to record an album, and these are the first guys we came to with it.
That's so cool. And I think when you find the right room, that, like you said, the moment you step on, it feels
Mhm.
comfortable. It's like there's something about the intimacy of pressing that red button and saying that this is it. This is when we take that picture. Because how long
You
the
better be
band's-
comfortable.
Yeah, but
It's
how
so
long the
important.
band's been playing the tunes, and not every iteration is to be so intentional to say that's what's going on the record. But every time you play something right for the first time, you're like, I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna hold on to that. And by the end, you're sitting there with this bag of stuff that makes this album, makes it sexy, it makes it balanced. It was something when we first came in here, and we got to hear a little bit of it. And I was hoping they'd give us a teaser, everybody. I don't think you're getting a teaser today, so get excited about it. Because I'm on the inside, baby. That's why I come here to drink the beer with them. But, from start to finish of what I heard, we sat here with you guys for, an hour and a half?
Yeah.
How long is the album total?
10 songs.
Okay.
Not really sure what the time length is going to be.
Yeah.
I'd probably say 45 minutes.
Somewhere in that world. Yeah. It's a complete
Right around
portrayal though of everything that we like to be a part of.
Yeah, but I love what you
There's-
said about the iteration of how many times you'll play certain songs live, and what you take from that and say, oh, I did this differently, but that really feels good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what this album is about, because we just didn't really have a set thing that we did per se. It was all, let's just free flow, whatever feels good to us, and then we took those little chunks and made it into tunes.
A couple things were written weeks before. You know, parts and stuff, or at least definitive. Here's what we're going to go in there with.
Sure.
You know, was pretty recent. That's kind of fun to finally get it on tape, and you go, oh, okay, that's what it actually sounds like.
Totally. To be totally independent of it for the first time as the players of that music is special.
It's nice.
Yeah, and then there's other songs on there for sure that they've been an evolution over time.
That's a good word for it. Evolution.
Songs have changed. And
Probably
they've
6 years,
like,
I'd say at least.
I don't know that anybody's cognizant of what we're trying to change as we do it, but it's just evolved with us over that time.
Yeah.
And it is what it is now, you know. So that's pretty cool.
But I think when you see these songs going through that kind of transformation, like sometimes it's hard to pump the brakes if you're doing it for 6 years. Like you almost get bored with the best of the parts. Did you guys revisit any old performances before you went to track these songs, or was it just the latest greatest?
It's more just a feeling from what you had from that performance before.
Yeah.
You know, just carry it on to a new. I don't know. Everybody gets a little bored at times of playing the same thing over and over, and so it's kind of fun to hear it and go, maybe we can make it better, or maybe we are thinking of it differently now.
Absolutely.
Sure, and we had a stretch where we really had probably a month of just show after show after show, and that really helped.
It did.
Us,
It honed
I
a lot of
think,
stuff.
To,
here's what we want to do.
hone a lot of stuff before we came to the recording.
Well, it's really special when you have, you have a trio here, and that's not a lot of, instruments per se, but sonically there's limited amount of space in this mix.
Yeah,
And you guys
You're exposed.
really,
Everyone is.
yeah, and you play that very well because you leave intentional areas for other folks to go into, especially when it comes to like Mike, the weight of your bass is astounding because it hits in a place that's very central, but it's rounded. And
Yeah,
so
thanks.
one thing that I've always loved about Kyle's playing is his right hand.
Mm-hmm.
So to feel the way that his right hand gets to settle in a mix, and then Chris is the king of accentuations.
Yeah.
Like, we're bopping there,
Sure.
And actually, my first introduction to you, Chris, is one of my childhood best friends and his brother took drum lessons from
The
you.
Mazzoni boys.
Yeah, and I always heard such good things about you, and so like you're always kind of like in this Facebook parallel universe. Like I don't want to go in the metaverse, but I do got some friends I still got to meet out there. So like it will be a part of my life. But
It's going to be a part of everybody's life.
unfortunately,
It's
except for
coming.
Zuckerberg, he's gonna
It's
get out
coming.
once he's got that bottom
Right,
line.
yeah.
Bezos ain't buying off of Amazon, dude. He goes to
No.
the store.
Yeah.
But to see this band, not only come together online from a distance and be like, oh, that sounds nice, to see the craftsmanship up to this point, like, what other original projects have you had that compared to what this is?
Homunculus?
I was in a band called Homunculus that I started with some friends of mine at IU, and that took off, and that flew for about 15 years, doing almost at least 150 shows a year. My last year at IU, I did 198 shows with
That's
that band.
incredible.
Yeah.
And what's it mean to see the end of a project like that? How do you step into the next one with an open mind and heart?
It's like any relationship, it happens naturally, and as long as it feels good and you're with people that, like Mike and I have been doing things for, this is my brother right here,
Yeah.
through the love of music, and it's kind of just it's
Years deep of just
Yeah.
playing, and it's so fun when you find somebody you can get in that pocket with.
Yeah.
And then
It doesn't matter what project we're doing. It could be funk, it could be reggae, it could be you name it, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay, let's dabble there.
And then
Absolutely.
with Kyle, we've been playing on and off, doing stuff with him for years. I remember the first time I played with him, his dad gave me $50 to go up on stage to play some djembe
Kenny
with him.
Hackett, yeah.
And I was like, I
Great
didn't even know what I was
dad, right?
walking
Yeah.
into. I was like, I'll take $50. Let's go. And
Yeah.
but that was he opened this door for me to meet Kyle. And even though there's a little bit of an age gap between us old guys and these young guys, Kyle's an old soul, and Mike and
Yeah,
I
I didn't feel
recognized that from
Never felt
for a
it
long time.
once. I never felt like any separation of anything. It's always been, wow. And we've gone through a lot of like big moments in life.
Like some real stuff.
Real stuff.
Real
divorces,
things.
Right.
Real things. that
Real
happened.
things.
And we all met, and
It's
we
so
bonded
beautiful.
Like,
Yeah,
like we should be.
when we the first big show that we really did with Kyle, he asked me that summer, he said, hey, will you do this Battle of the Bands with me? And I looked at him and smiled and just said no.
Never done one in my life.
But what I said
No.
was, Kyle, if, we're not really into this Battle of the Bands thing, but if you make it to the end, we'll help you get the rest of the way. And he did. He grinded it out. All these bands, week after week after week, this entire, whatever summer that was.
2014, I believe.
And he did it
14,
all. He did it all solo, and he got to the end. And for
Or
semi
15,
for
yeah,
semi
15.
for semifinals, Mike brought his upright bass. We did all hand percussions and kept it low, and we crushed it. And then this was actually a pretty legit thing. Like they had couches for interviews, and they had
Had a boom camera.
Was that
Boom
the,
camera.
was that the underground?
Yeah, was that the
And-
underground?
and
Had
like,
all the
I'm
amenities.
a kid that was a product of some of these shows that were just like, why are we playing in a 2,000 cap room for 15 people as if we know what's going on? Like, this shit's stupid. So when I see, I'm kind of coming out of an age where Kyle and I probably played there together at points. And Kyle and I have crossed paths since I was probably 14.
Wow.
And you've always
Nice. Yeah.
been the shining example to me of someone that feels it and couldn't help but feel it and refused to do anything else but share that with people.
Oh my, I
Man,
like that.
That's him.
I
It
like
is-
that.
It is what
It's
you
true.
do.
Yeah.
It is.
That's nicely said.
unless he's
We
playing
felt
video
that way.
games.
Yeah, I do like video games. It's
Yeah.
very true.
Well, as long as we can get you out of there, man, like, I'm fine with that. And I don't care what you do in your spare
Yeah,
time.
I just bought Elden Ring.
Did
Yeah, so
That's a
I
good
know.
one.
I'll probably go
About-
back in
Wait
my
a month,
cave
dude.
for a couple months.
But when it comes to something like that, you guys take a risk as veterans that have been in bands that have done, national tours and
Yeah.
been on the road and don't want to mess with what it means to lose a Saturday night playing and not being adequately seen for it. You walk in and this room had obviously never seen something like the Fields, That's why you walk out there with the fat check that you can't take to the bank, but you can still cash it.
Yeah.
Well,
That was awesome. I
that's-
can't believe we got a big check.
We
It's
did.
cardboard.
yeah, I still
That's
have it
pretty fun.
in my studio back at home.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's all beat up
I'll give
from
you
all the
50
moves. $50 for it? I can't do it. It's part
Come
of
on, dog.
it's part of my
I'll find it
it's
better
part
than
of the
you will.
life. Yeah, I can't.
All right, $75.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was after that we realized that there's something special here, not just putting together something,
Yeah, it was born. And
It
we were
it
like,
felt
oh,
very
wow.
natural. It was
It
a very
was.
natural
Yeah.
connection.
It was.
And even more recently, Mike and I have been sellswords in the music business locally for a long time. We can get and play. I mean, you can hire us tomorrow to play 3 hours worth of music, and you're going to be fine,
Yeah.
right? But he had a bunch of bands he was playing with. I had a bunch of bands I was in and out of. Kyle was doing his thing, and eventually we just had a conversation like, do we really want to be doing all this other stuff, or do we want to do
It's
what
good.
makes us
Yeah.
happy
Yeah.
and that feels natural? So Mike and I made a very conscious choice to,
We did. We
to
stripped everything out.
strip all the fat away and focus with
Yeah.
Kyle a little bit.
Yeah.
And,
Makes me fucking smile.
Dude.
Sorry.
you
I don't
know,
know if
I mean, it was
I guess I
Exclusivity
can
is sexy.
Yeah.
because it's like you can grind all day
so
long,
happy.
but if you're not working smart, you're not doing the right thing. So we want to do what's true to us.
It
And
has to feel
as
perfect.
we're older, our time is more valuable.
Yeah.
So I would rather make less money sometimes to do what feels good and to be productive and have the love of the game, as opposed to just showing up, being the hired gun, taking the check, and going home and feeling like, well, that I could do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't, fuck that.
Dime a dozen.
Yeah.
For you to say like, this feels so different that it's your musical extract. Like you are getting sapped every time you get up there for the thing
Yeah.
that you do best, and sometimes when you are grinding at your 110% capacity, you feel empty at the end, and that
Yeah.
raises a lot of existential questions of why you do this. So to return to the reasons why you do this, with some parameters to enjoy it to the fullest, it's probably why
Absolutely.
you can make a special album like this. It's like
Absolutely.
you can hear that in
Yeah.
the music that it is everything. I want to point out one particular moment where I'm standing here with Kyle, and I'll admit I'm inebriated and I'm listening to you guys' album. I'm having a good ass time. Again, this room sounds great. Shout out to Devin. This room is beyond perfect, and so is he. You can't capture on camera. Come see him in person. We have him in a 4x4 cage, and you can pay $50 to get within 5 feet, but you can't touch him. I've been to the zoo. I know how you make the money. But Oh God, I forget what I was saying. No, I'm back, baby. I was listening to this album with Kyle, and I'm just like, I'm enjoying every second of it because, again, Kyle's a friend of mine that I've enjoyed for a long time, but the bastard won't give me anything to listen to when I'm at home. You know, it's like I needed online content coming down the pipeline.
This is the first thing.
It's been a long time coming.
This is,
Yeah.
This is the first
We've
thing
tried.
that
We have tried.
released. I've released. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, especially
We've
This is
got
the right
so many
moment. This is the right- this is the
unfinished
right thing.
recordings too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm just blown away because hearing these guys talk about how we met and all that fun stuff. These guys have completely taken me under their wings and just taught me so many different things about not only music but life too. I just feel like the chemistry. Like I've never cried laughing so many times with these two people. Like I don't laugh out loud a lot of times, but we just have a great time and we love doing it.
Well, and he's taught us a lot too, which is crazy because we've been around so much longer than he has. But I mean, Kyle has taught me how to play quiet better than any person I've ever known.
Well, I started at Wise Owl. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta.
Like, this
play
guy
it
can play the
quiet.
most
Quiet.
intimate
You
role.
gotta be very.
Never.
Kyle has the
Turn that bass amp
nastiest
down.
dynamics. He
Oh,
plays
so
with your
good.
heart. And just between a couple of notes, he'll show you what the real
Yeah.
bottom is gonna be.
Oh,
And-
you hear a pin drop in the room.
We
Exactly.
did that at Cappy's in the freezing cold one year, and it was amazing. We were playing some song, and it was
So tiny.
so quiet,
So
Yeah.
tiny.
and there was just nothing
But
happening.
so big, but so tiny.
Just enough, man. Just fits right there in your ear hairs. You know what I mean?
I love those dynamics. It's
I thought you were
I
about
thought
to
you were gonna say I love
this
the ear hairs.
His ear hairs.
100%.
dynamics.
Well, you're just a top-notch tickler. You got to know that.
Yeah.
But I was listening to this album with Kyle, and he goes, "I heard Mike's bass part, and I just decided to play it with him." So he just plays it line
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
for line
Yeah.
with you,
Yeah.
and it's just enough, man.
Why not?
It's
He's
like-
so sick, anyways. Like I don't want to play over top
Just
this.
stop it.
Yeah, I need to stop being his ego. You're right.
No, it's okay. We got a microwave. You want to
He's
make
gonna fall off the chair.
I'm okay with this show getting intimate. You know, I just do have to censor certain things out.
That's fair. Just blur it. you
Yeah,
know.
just below it. Okay, now we know where this is going.
Woo!
Well, is there anything else that the Fields would like to add before we conclude? And let me say, I love you guys. Thank you for doing what you
Yeah,
do.
man.
Thanks for giving me a chance to ask some questions.
Thanks
So
for coming
excited.
down, man.
I sat on
know.
traffic for you.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah. I know we were-
I burned fossil fuels.
I know
for
what
you.
that means too.
Yeah.
So if they come from my ass about my fossil fuels, I'm gonna be like, no, I
Just
that off
blame
on
Kyle. Yeah, just blame Kyle. That's fine.
Ain't my problem, dog.
No, I just want to thank you for coming down here, and you've been a big support group for all local artists in Cincy. I mean, you're doing all the good things, and your music's dope.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you're
brother.
killing it.
Yeah,
And there needs to be more of that. There needs to be more people working together
It's gotta be
for the
all
greater
love.
good of the music scene in this
Big
town.
time.
yeah.
I love to see it when it happens. Thank you for having us. The more, as time goes on, I want to come see your band and support your band. Maybe
Yeah.
we could do a show together.
I would love that.
And I'd love to come do this again when we have some content to share with your folks.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Yeah, hell yeah.
when it's convenient for you guys, and maybe we'll talk about some shows off the air to keep y'all in the dark once again.
Oh,
But
sure.
without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the Fields. We'll
Thank
catch
you.
Thank
soon.
you. Thank you.
I ran out here. I was like, we gotta get out of here, dog.
Yeah.
gotta go.
That was perfect.
I like it.
We
Very
gotta get
good.
back to
So
work
that
on
is
that.
fucking awesome for this.
Thank you
Man,
so much.
I love doing it. It's a great reason to kick it, and I sincerely I love the album. I'm so thrilled to be able to show it to folks and enjoy it, and hopefully we can do some more interminglings with some shows. We're talking about a festival in August, which like the biggest thing I'm running into as a constraint with putting on any event is paying all the other acts what they're worth and just making sure that we get a decent deal from the venues. Like this place does it good. It's easy to work with, but like
Right.
I got my eye on Riverfront Live.
Yeah.
And,
Wow. Sure.
like, and
I'd
they're
like
trying
to
to make
play
my
a show
life
there.
out. Well, so
I can believe
right
that.
now we have See You in the Funnies, Noah Smith, Nolan Taylor, and Sunday Drives.
Nice. That's
So-
a great lineup already.
Yeah, it'll be a hot lineup. It's super east side, and I think that'll play to our
Yeah.
fans. But like, I got a promoter that's trying to put his hands in the mix, and he gave me like the flat rate rental And I was like, "Hey, what do I get with the flat rate rental?" And he tells me about like the riverfront personnel. I'm like, no promotion? Like you're just getting paid to get paid? Like
Nothing.
Your dad
you
called
think?
you.
Gotcha. He's like,
Hi,
what?
Dad.
What do you think I'm asking for, though? You know?
Those guys are amazing. I can't wait to hear this album. And to be honest with you, I already did. And it's fire. So it's going to be coming out. I think Kyle said July. But if he's full of shit, I'll get on him about it. But make sure you get excited for the feels. Find him on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you find all the guys as well. That's Kyle Hackett, Chris Ellison, and Mike Wally. They are an amazing band. It is another reason to turn your attention towards Cincinnati and some of the awesome music that's coming out of this city. We are so fortunate. But to continue with the good news, let's talk about the in-town dates we got coming up. As you know, every single Sunday night, I'm at Fishbowl at the Banks, and April 3rd was a special occasion. It was my girlfriend Emily's 26th birthday, so we were surrounded by friends, liquor, and a good time. So thanks to everybody that came out to that show. Tomorrow, the show might come out on the day of this, April 5th, I'm going to be at Kroger's out in Anderson playing from 4 to 7. I'll also be chowing on that Kroger sushi, you know what I mean? It's a good time. April 6th, Wednesday, I'll be at the Clear Mountain Food Park out in Batavia from 7 to 9. This is a kick-ass little spot. They have like a beautiful open back lot where trucks pull up and they do a lot of like the food park thing is different because it's inclusive to other restaurants that are doing the food truck game. So they have all these spaces that you get real diversity, and it's all nice and local, especially for the Batavia folks that may not have as many options as the rest of us a little closer to the city. So make sure you come out 7 to 9. April 7th, me and my man Nick Heck going duo style at the Blind Squirrel. I did not believe there would ever be this gorgeous of a venue in Florence, Kentucky. I'm not talking shit about Florence, but I'm kind of talking shit about Florence. I mean, this place has chandeliers that make you think that you're eating in a 5-star restaurant. The food's great. It's a killer little stage, so we can't wait for it. Make sure you call ahead and get an RSVP in there so you can get a nice table up front. And then April 8th, I'm back with my fam over at Grainworks. That show will be from 7 to 10 p.m. Westchester fam, come hang out. Shout out to Steve and shout out to Brian. They've let me play at this place since I was 19, 20 years old, and we have always kept up, and it's been a great family for me to always get to go back and play for. Okay, huge news. I'm dumb excited about it. It makes me nervous as hell, and if I misspelt anything, you better let me know. But the summer tour is here, players, and it's going to be hot, okay? This is my first album. We wanted to do a live album because that's the only way you can really get the full recipe experience. So the album's dropping in July. We're going to do the release show up in Sandown, New Hampshire, with might be the rowdiest fan base that I've ever experienced. I'm so grateful to have these folks in my life. But take a gander. We'll keep running down the dates as they come up. We're only going to go through the first week right now. April 9th, I'm in Louisville, Kentucky at the Tin Roof. April 13th, I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana, solo acoustic. April 14th, I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. And this just in, we are going to be playing at Cincinnati's Fountain Square with my brothers from the Grove, okay? I've been playing with the guys from the Grove since I was legit 16 years old. One time I subbed on bass for that band at the weirdest little podunk bar out in Brown County. We had a great-ass time. We've been homies since. So shout out to the Forstoffel brothers, the Grove, and the Recipe tag teaming on Fountain Square. And if you ask for it, we may get some WWE-style antics going for that show. So don't worry about no tickets. It's free. It's BYOB, which means you got to bring that ass and shake it. All right. Anything else we got to talk about on there? April 22nd, we're back in Louisville. April 23rd, I'm in Milford. And you can see the rest. All these dates are going to be online very shortly. And April 11th, we are going to have the Mondays Muse featuring my man Kevin Fox. There's no one I love jamming more on the original stuff than Kevin Fox. He just has a feeling. He has a presence that allows him to jump on any hook and just feel at home, and it's such a good time. We also have a badass songwriter round. I'm not going to reveal who we got, special surprises. And we got the original songwriters open mic If you're a songwriter yourself, if you want to come listen to the show and hang out for a little bit, we'd love to have you. And at the end, we have the opportunity for you to come up and play one song. If I enjoy it, we might ask you to do another. But the main thing is just allowing folks to come up and get their reps. If it's half finished, if it's all the way there, if it's your personal favorite, any reason, if it's homegrown, we want to hear it. And we might give you some feedback as well. So it's a great opportunity to come out and participate. Do your thing. It's going to be a kick-ass show. Make sure you RSVP with latitudes in advance. Get your table reserved because seats have been filling up quite quickly, and we want to make sure you're not stuck at the back of the bar wondering what's going on. I want to give another special shout-out to the Fields, Kyle, Chris, Mike, killer dudes. Check out the album coming out in July. Our album's coming out in July. The summer tour has arrived, and it feels good, everybody. So thanks for tuning in to episode 67 of The Weekly Wave. Peace.